All right, welcome back to the Virtue Bowling Supply YouTube channel. My name is Chris.
And my name is Josh.
And we are bringing you guys another edition of our sport recap review. You guys definitely seem to enjoy the first one, so we're going to keep this one in the rotation and do this a little bit more regularly.
Today we'll be bowling on Athens. We chose to do the same pattern as before. If you'd like to see something different or have us keep bowling on the same pattern, please comment in below. Today we'll be looking at the latest June and July releases, and we are going to start off with the Paragon Shadow to kick things off.
Also, side note for you guys, in the future we will be doing a podcast type of style video where we answer your guys' frequently asked questions. So if you guys have any other questions that you guys would like us to answer directly, make sure you comment them down below and we'll get to those. With that being said, let's get right back to the video. This one's definitely a little bit off spot for a strong and smooth ball, but it's kind of been my go-to the last month and a half or so.
I've been throwing it a little bit more. I definitely know like it needs volume. You know, if there's no volume, I feel like it hooks too much. See how it looks here, because trying to get something that's a little slower, because right now they're a little toasty. I felt like that was a pretty good shot, just for 4-pin.
Yeah. I've actually had a decent amount of success with this one on house. I throw it over at Mesa East, and we got new lanes, so those looked quite a bit better with the new lanes there.
Yeah.
That was a little closer, but still just a little bit too off spot. I feel like we already need to start moving left.
Yeah, I didn't throw that one very good.
Throwing that many shots.
So no hold, no carry down yet, and you don't get it right, and there's no chance at the moment.
Right. Pattern definitely needs to develop a little bit more. I'm gonna move a little bit left. Yeah, still is.
And then it's
really
still like, there's even shots where you get it right, and it still feels like it's like just too much.
But shape-wise, I actually still like it.
Yeah. Originally, I rated this one a meh. For me, this one is, I've thrown it a little bit, but for me, I'm actually gonna have to keep it there. I haven't not liked it, but I also haven't like been in love with it. I just feel like there's other balls for me that kind of, not necessarily be the same shape, but I can throw them at the same time. I would throw this and it would be a little bit better for me. So keeping it a meh for me. It
definitely does fit in some sort of kind of niche spot where it's not super early and strong, just because it is a hybrid cover. But using it on fresh for some patterns, it can be a little bit touchy and a little bit too down lane. But for me, being a little bit higher rev rate, I can kind of get it to start up a little earlier than some and get it to, you know, shape even when there's a decent amount of volume. And again, I've had some decent success with this one on house. So I think I originally gave this one a fire, and I'm gonna have to keep it there. I've really enjoyed this one.
So now we're gonna go ahead and throw the Entity and see how that looks. Wow,
that's an interesting hit.
I was gonna say the first one that didn't hook, and it still got 9.
Yeah. Tried to be a little extra forward with this one because it's
get down lane, ball.
Throwing this a couple times, it's got a little bit of lane shine on it, so need to be a little bit more forward. That was pretty good. I didn't initially like this. We bowled at Bolero Mesa, and it wasn't quite a fresh house shot, so it was a little bit burnt up.
Weird, yeah.
And so this one seemed like it wanted to stand up more than I think it actually wants to. Still a somewhat forward shape, but I think it's actually pretty off spot. That one was pretty good. That one I feel like I got around it, but it actually still went forward.
Yeah, which is why I like doing these again, because again, it's like those first 10 shots are not always the truest, and it can be difficult to judge one rating off of that.
Right.
That one I feel like it missed off my hand, but it was still like quick enough to get off of it.
Right. Shape-wise, I feel like this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
still a little off spot for me.
Yeah. For me, it almost like kind of like a hyperdrive like esque shape for me. That's kind of what I see out of it.
Yeah, I feel like the hyperdrive for me was a little bit more rounded than this one.
Yeah, it's weird because I feel like it is a lot off the spot, but I still feel like it's big. You know what I mean? Like, still feel like it needs volume.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I can shape this one a little bit more than some other balls kind of in this category.
Yeah.
Last shot with this one. I want to see if I can't throw it a little bit harder, move it a little bit further left. Get a little forward with it. It's close. Just a little bit too off spot.
They're finally, I feel like they're starting to transition just a hair.
Yeah.
Finally feel some length. It's tough though, because it could be the ball, but I do think it's the length changing.
Yeah, this pattern is tough.
Yeah. It's not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Give it a couple more balls, but.
Yeah, so for me initially, I gave this one a meh. I didn't really like it out of box. We've thrown it a couple times now in videos, and it's definitely better than what we did the first time. But personally, I feel like there's a lot of balls that have especially come out recently that kind of fit in the same spot that I think are a little bit better. So for me personally, I think this is just going to stay in the meh category.
For me, I also originally rated this one a meh. I'm gonna push it to fire.
Yeah.
I do think that just seeing it on a couple different things, I feel like it shapes in a way I like to see it. So pushing it to a fire. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw the Storm Ion Pro Solid next. That off the hand, but it's one of those things where I feel like I have to get it right, so dumping it almost is actually like not bad because I know it won't overhook.
This one's definitely like a niche-ish kind of like strong benchmarky shape.
Yeah.
I haven't thrown it a ton. I threw it a little bit when we first got it, but recently I haven't. This one I feel like is like more rounded than the Entity was.
Yeah.
So it's not.
It's definitely, I would say, cleaner and smoother off spot. It's not so sideways.
This one came with shine out of box. Yeah. And I've definitely taken that off.
I've actually done the opposite. I actually liked it with shine.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like I haven't touched it yet, just because I feel like it's quick enough. I feel like if I touch it a little early, I feel like it may like roll out on me a bit.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah, like it just retains enough energy down lane for me, which I feel like not a ton of big balls know how to do that very well.
Yeah.
They just roll, and sometimes just roll out a little too early.
Right. No, yeah. Part of me thought that this was a little bit too down lane when it had the shine on it, and taking it off made it just a little bit smoother and a little bit more controllable for me. Forward enough, not the big fourth.
Yeah. Off my hand, I knew immediately that was left, but again, that similar, if you watched our last video, that was kind of the spot that started to slowly develop as we bowled more and more, is that shim that kind of came out of nowhere.
Right. All right, I'll throw this one more time. I'm gonna move another couple left just to see if I can't get this not to come off spot as hard.
Oh yeah.
There we go. That one was
it's a
really
good sign.
Forward, but
move a little left, get it right, and it just hooks still. It was still like to the same spot, but it was slowing around it, so I didn't really have a chance.
So this one, I initially gave it a fire. I feel like at Mesa East with the kind of higher friction center, it looked really good with the lane shine on it. But for most places, for me, I feel like not having the shine on it looked quite a bit better. And I've enjoyed throwing it. I haven't thrown it a ton, but I definitely do feel like it fits a gap that not many balls really fit. So I think I'm going to keep it in fire just because I do really like the shape of it.
Yeah. I also originally rated it fire, and I'm going to keep it a fire as well. So in this ball in league multiple times, and it just gives me success. Like I know I have confidence that it's not going to do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
It's at least going to do the right thing for some time. It just depends on how long for me. So next up on our list is going to be the Ethos Solid.
Interesting. I thought it was going to peel off it. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit indifferent on this one when we initially threw it.
This one's gone through phases for me, where I feel like depending on the surface, it does different things.
I didn't see it being as early as I think everybody else kind of did, so it kind of felt like it fit a weird spot.
Didn't hook enough, but yet it still hooks in a sense.
Right. Not bad.
That was good. They have to move a little left.
I'm kind of glad it didn't just hockey stick off my first one, so I might actually be able to move
be a little bit more aggressive with it.
That one, I'm not gonna lie, was really forward off my hand, so I can't really blame that one on the ball itself.
Position-wise, that one looked better, but now knowing it was forward, at first I was like, that one's good, and then it just rolled out, which that makes sense now. But that's how hard sport shots are, because even to my eye, I thought that was decent, but. Wow.
Yeah, I feel like you've definitely made this one look pretty good.
Yeah, I like this one just because I feel like for me it kind of fits that like if I could choose a ball that's in between a Phase 2 and IQ Tour, I feel like this is it.
Yeah.
Because it has the forwardness of the Phase, but still has the length of the IQ, and I feel like for me, like a blend of both of those is like heaven.
No, I agree.
So.
Much better on that one.
Good shot. Yeah.
Still don't feel like this is as strong as some people have thought. I feel like I feel like it definitely gets down the lane more than
it gets down the lane, but how it comes off the pattern for me is still in a forward way.
Yeah, that's really
there
good.
we go. Finally got the little length in the fronts that I was looking for.
I think that's pretty good. So initially I gave this one a meh. I really wasn't a fan of it. Bowling key, I feel like it just felt a little weaker than it was intended to. So it felt a little touchy, especially on the somewhat cliffed house shot that's normally here at Bolero Via Linda. But on sport, you can definitely see how smooth it wants to be off the end of the pattern. So you can tell it's predictable. So I think I'm gonna have to move this up to fire. I don't know if it looked just the best here, but versatility-wise, I feel like it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I originally rated this one a fire, and for me, I'm gonna have to keep it there. Yeah. I will say that I do think it lane shines really quickly, which kind of feeds into some of that. Yeah. But for me, I have kind of had to maintain the surface to make sure it's duller, because again, if it gets too lane shined, I feel like it doesn't read the cliff very well.
Right.
Next up, we're gonna go ahead and throw the Anger Solid. Good 9.
This one's definitely been one of my favorite balls since we started throwing it. Yeah. I feel like it always just kind of has that right benchmarky shape.
Yeah, I threw it a lot when we first got it, and then it kind of stopped because I feel like the surface was a big key.
Yeah.
For me, just because I felt like it was a little cleaner than I wanted it to be. On this, it looks good because it actually doesn't go sideways like it normally does for me on a house shot. But.
Yeah, this has kind of taken the spot where the Rockstar has been for quite a long time. It's more like 50-50 whether I'm going to bring it either or.
Yeah, because it's definitely cleaner, but it's not like
they're pretty similar.
Yeah, they're still close.
No, I definitely do think that this one is a little bit more off spot than that Rockstar was.
Yeah, this one, I feel the exact same way. I definitely feel like it retains more energy. It's a little bit more, just more off of it.
No, yeah, but it definitely does lane shine pretty quick.
Yeah. Oh.
Get over there.
Oh.
Close.
I tried. That one you can see get there and just go.
Yeah. I feel like that was one of the better ones off my hand.
Yeah.
Saw it a little too much.
Yeah. That one wasn't very good.
A little too down lane.
Yeah, too steep in the fronts.
Yeah. I wanted one more with this.
One, yeah.
Move another couple left.
I can make a better shot on this one. And that's kind of been my problem with this ball for me is can see, you know, when I try to hook it or play a little further inside, it rolls out, but then I straighten up and then it just like too much off spot.
Yeah. No, I initially gave this one a flyer. I really enjoyed this one out of box, and I've still really enjoyed it. It didn't look the greatest here, but I just think it was a little bit too off spot for this pattern. But overall, I feel like it's been a really versatile benchmarky piece that I've really enjoyed throwing. So this one's going to stay in the fire category for me.
I originally rated this one a fire. However, again, like I've thrown it a couple times, and for me, it's just gone down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to move it to that meh category. I don't feel like it's a bad ball, but like I said, I just feel like it's just a hair uncontrollable. It's
another thing to notice with this one, that it doesn't have the HK22 on it, which personally I kind of like that it doesn't. I've been kind of like hit or miss with HK22 whether it's gonna last very long. So this one I feel like longevity wise might be a little bit better.
So now we're gonna go ahead and throw the Severe Collision.
Oh my gosh, it's clean and it blends.
Yep.
That ball is so good.
What more can a bowler ask for, right? For me, it's been the ball. Like, I know we talked a lot about the Crown Victory, but this one is, for me, is that racehorse right behind it. Oh, it's a little in.
I thought they were both gonna fall.
Little in.
I'm kind of glad DV8 has come out with this one because I really haven't liked very many DV8 balls, but this one is
It's just too good.
Really good.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, that was forward, but I'm not sure if it deserved that.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Still wobbling. Like, holy moly. That was one of those, like, don't know what this is gonna do, but because it was in, but I got around it a little bit. And sport, that can be a kind of a scary miss because it could do that, or it could hook and church.
It kind of looked like it almost got 7-9, but they all kind of fell back.
That one was ace.
Yeah. We're throwing one more just because I really want to throw this one again.
This is one ball where I'm like, I could just bowl and just enjoy myself because this ball just like feels so good in my hand. Yeah, a little right early. I think that's the right now is the miss where get it to the friction spot early. It's developed enough now in the front where it just goes. Oh,
really good. Very nice. Initially, I give this one a nuts. Seeing from these shots, and I've thrown it a bunch since we've got it. This one is just super versatile. I like how clean it is, but it's still blendy off the friction for the most part. Especially even on higher sort of ratio patterns. This one looks pretty good. I've thoroughly enjoyed this one, so it's going to stay in the nuts category for me.
Yeah, and mine's going to be very similar. Originally rated it a nuts, and it's going to have to stay in the nuts. This has been, again, the Crown Victory is the favorite ball of the year for me. This is the second. I feel like this has just worked really everywhere I go. That's another thing is like doesn't really matter how like the house for me. I just feel like it works no matter where I go. So next ball we're gonna go ahead and throw is the High Road 40.
Wow. I really like how clean this one is, but it's still rounded off the spot. It's not completely sideways.
Yeah. Even similar to like the Anger, like I feel like the Anger the solid is even quicker than this. Just like when it sees friction, where this like, you know, takes a second, which I like because it gives you that extra hold on stuff where hold may not really exist.
Yeah. I've definitely seen where this ball is sometimes not enough off spot for it to look good. But you can definitely tell how
friction.
How consistent and like kind of predictable it is off spot for the most part.
See on that one, I got it in and I was a little allergic to oil there. Took a second for it to try to do something.
Yeah, try to come off. Fluttered more than I thought it was going to. It's still a little bit left of where I wanted it. It's really hard to trust kind of opening up your angles with a ball like this.
especially on something like this.
Yeah.
It's like I have to get it right, but I also have to get it soft enough to give it time to get off spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw one more with this one. A little bit more around it. Yeah, actually came off spot.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't think that shot was that bad, and it just wiggled.
I definitely like this one out of box. When we threw this one at Mesa East, I feel like after that, it didn't quite impress me as much as it did initially, and so it really hasn't seen the bag time. I feel like there have just been a couple of releases that have looked a little bit better than this one overall. I initially gave this one a fire, but I think I'm just gonna drop this down to meh. I just really haven't been impressed enough to keep this one in my bag, so it's definitely gonna stay in the meh category.
Yeah, I am gonna copy paste that again. Originally rated it a fire, but moving it to a meh. Just like I said with the Severe working at a lot of different centers, I feel like this one is the opposite, where it's specific to certain centers. I've tried to throw it at a couple places where there is friction, but again, it still doesn't blend the friction the best. At the centers it does work at, it looks good, but again, it's just not, doesn't have that confidence, you know, in my mind where I feel like it just always works. So because of that, it'll be moved down to a meh. So last ball for today, we're gonna go throw the Bubblegum Vibe and see how that looks. Definitely quicker.
Right. Yeah. But even that one was left similar to the high road, but you could see the high road actually like start up sooner and it went Brooklyn, to where that one was still down lane more. It went through the head pin and not Brooklyn.
Yeah. I feel like this one for me is just a little, again, still cleaner than the high road, quicker, and I feel like that's actually why it's able to get off that wiggle spot where the high road wasn't, because the high road was losing its energy getting to that spot.
Yeah, put a little bit further left. There you go. Actually kind of trusted it to open up my angles and looked quite a bit better.
That is a good 9.
Yeah.
That was a mile left.
It really isn't as angular as we first kind of saw. I think it's probably kind of tamed down a little bit. I feel like it would be more off spot, even on something like this. Be a little bit more sideways, but it really isn't. Quite as much.
It's just quick to friction, and luckily this, I feel like there's early friction, so it helps kind of smooth it out a bit.
Not bad.
I like the way this ball looks in the name.
Definitely bright.
It just wasn't, you know, wasn't pleasing to the eye the first time I threw it, at least.
Yeah. I just feel like this one had really big shoes to fill. I feel like the Arctic Drive was like the best vibe ever made. And this one,
weaker balls that still hooked, and a lot of people not only like the way it looked, but like the way it rolled.
This one definitely looks a little bit better here than did it. Bolero Mesa. Wow.
Even there, like you got that one right a little early, and it like labored and but like good in a good way.
And went almost forward.
Where I feel like the high road would have hooked too early and kind of went through the face on that. You know, they were in that same spot. A little steep, a little right. All right. I think that's the miss though with that ball.
Yeah. I definitely like this one a little bit better here. I haven't thrown it anywhere else other than that first video for Bolero Mesa, just because I didn't really like it very much. But this one was actually kind of impressive. I didn't quite think it was going to be quite as blended off the friction. It really saw it and kind of went a little bit more forward. I initially gave this one a potato. I really didn't like how down lane and angular it was out of box, but this one, it definitely impressed me a little bit more. So I don't know if I'm going to bump it up 1 or 2. I feel like it's in the higher part of meh. I still not like 100% convinced that it goes in the fire category, but higher part of meh, I think, is a fair spot for this one. Yeah,
I originally rated this one a trash. I hated it at Bolero Mesa, but for here, like I said, it actually, like you said, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna move it up also to a meh. I've also drilled it for a couple people, and I've seen it look good for them as well.
I've seen a lot of people with really good scores.
It's kind of one of those things where I may, again, still touch it with surface and just try to throw it on other stuff, and honestly, stuff that's actually a little bit flatter, because I think when it's so clipped, I think something like this is a little to all or nothing in that category.
Very
So, but yeah, moving it to a meh.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching this edition of the Sport Recap video. Again, if you guys want to see us bowl on different patterns, make sure to comment down below which pattern you would like to see, or if you guys would rather us just keep bowling on this Athens pattern. I feel like it's tough enough, but also kind of gets a little bit easier to where we can actually throw a variety of different bowling balls and them still look okay. But yeah, with that being said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.